Alright, so I went and bought 2 new 40-foot shipping containers. And the plan for this one is to fill it full of sand for the winter. And in my ultimate wisdom, moving it around with the bucket, the side cutter on one of the ends of the bucket pierced through the wall. So that was pretty awesome. So anyway, I've got 28 yards of sand right now, and I'm going to pack this thing with as much as possible. Last year we used, I think, 5 loads of sand. So what's that, 56, 70 yards? So I'm going to see if 4 loads will fit in it and see what happens. Brian's cleaning out the bucket right now on the skid steer so it doesn't contaminate it with some crap. But I don't know. Let's see how it goes. It's not a high cube, I don't think. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, it's quite a step up into it. I don't know if I need some ramps, but see what happens. My theory is I can't lift the bucket super high, so if I dump a bunch in at regular height and then just keep pushing it up, that it should pack pretty good. I don't know. Other guys have done it, I believe. I've never seen it done, so we'll just have to see. Turn these lights on. No, looks like I can climb in just fine. Bolt like I do when I back off the trailer. I don't know, this may not make a very good video, but it's what I'm doing today. It's too wet to work. Woo-hoo. Some ramps might not be that bad of an idea. So we use winter sand with 3/8 stone mixed in. It's a very good traction product. Most of my accounts are dirt. I only have one location that has some pavement, so I don't really use salt. Last year I had one account that took salt and I dropped them. This year I really consolidated our accounts and really consolidated the geographic locations so we can go down to just one truck doing them with another truck that's just a backup. So I think we're down to maybe a dozen accounts, and they're all on one highway over a stretch of about 7 miles. Say our views have been pretty good. We're up to around 4,000 subs now. Our views are averaging about 1,000, which is what I was told is about normal, about 25%. You'll get 25% of the views of the number of subs, is what I was told. So growing gradually. Someone commented a couple of videos ago that all I do is complain. So I am certainly going to not complain. But at the same point, I tend to tell people how I feel. So I will do my best to not complain. So today's another rain day. Decided to haul this sand today. I'm rearranging the shop layout for winter to make space. We got really cluttered this year, and I brought, more stuff in, welders and torches and stuff like that. So we're trying to maximize space. Brian's moving all of our supply shelving into the back room that was never really put together wisely. So all that stuff can go in there. And then where the shelving was, the welders and all that stuff is going to go there. And then we're going to be able to fit the skid steer inside for the winter to keep it warm. And we're ready for loading. So it's amazing, the work just continues to flow in. And I haven't been advertising since the beginning of July. So very blessed for that. One of our viewers who lives in Florida currently has a camp here. They just hooked up with us to do a nice project for them. They have a place up here. Obviously, I'm not going to Florida. I would, honestly, go to Florida for a project all winter. Absolutely. Just please get in touch with me and I will come immediately. So yeah, I attempted once more to hire a driver, and that didn't work out. First time in my life I've interviewed somebody. They were really excited. I called them the next day, offered them $30 an hour. They told me they gave their notice, and then I never heard from them again. They won't answer the phone, they won't respond to texts. So I'm guessing they were offered more money to stay, and they are just not man enough to tell me. It's the only thing I can figure out. So that was my last effort to find someone for this year, and I'm just gonna not have a driver, and in the spring I will try again to hire 2 drivers. I'm getting the bucket up higher in here than I had planned, so that's pretty nice. And this is an 80-inch bucket. I've got about, 6 inches, 5-6 inches maybe, of extra space on each side. So it's working pretty well so far. The weather said after today it's going to be sunny for a few days. Tonight's overnight forecast is about 30 degrees, so starting to get winter-like. I've got a couple, we're going to go do a quick warranty job tomorrow morning, first thing, up in Morrisville. We did the job during a pouring rainstorm. I videoed that one. The thumbnail is Brian with an umbrella over him because it was absolutely pouring. And that needs to have some fixing to it. I don't think it's a warranty thing, but we're going to treat it as one. Honestly didn't really see a problem with it when I checked out their concerns, but I'm just going to go ahead and run up there and fix it for them. And then we've got to move to, I have to kind of figure out what's dry enough to do and what's not. So we're going to probably move and do another, getting off sides again, another driveway / ditching job. I think it's got a culvert that needs to be replaced as well. continuing to load, and I got out and I got another bucket and I pulled back up, and I guess I remember the back end of the container was hovering a little bit because the ground was uneven. Well, it is now tipped back and it's too much for the tracks to climb. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make a little ramp, I guess, and dig it out afterwards, because this is funny. Anybody know anybody that can grade? They could grade me a little ramp. Started to go up, and I was like, what? Why did I lose power? I didn't lose power, moron. I was able to push the pile pretty tall in the back end, so that certainly didn't help. I bet that works better. Well, I believe 4 loads is going to fit fine. Maybe 5, because I've got 2/3 of this load in there, and I haven't even had to stack it up yet. Ah, yes, much better. Alrighty. Still going well. Stacking it pretty high for, I don't know, it's higher than I was kind of worried. The thing is now tipped 6 inches up in the air on this front end. Then I have to go pick up the excavator down in Essex and go to the bank, meeting with the engineer tomorrow, take some test pits for a new septic system. So I gotta grab the 80 to go do that. Someone's coming this afternoon to pick up our hot water pressure washer. I ordered a new steam one from Northern Tool, or the old timers call it Northern Hydraulics. So that should be here pretty soon. I almost went with an electric one since we have some 230 outlets, but kind of thought if we need it on a job somewhere, might as well get the gas powered one. The new one's electric start, Honda, 3000 psi. It's basically just a new version of the Hot Sea Shark one that we have now. Managed to make a couple bucks on it. Bought it for $1,000 3 years ago, and put, I think, about 400 into it. New tire, wheel, nozzle, new hose, just put a new battery on it. I think I probably got 1,500 into it, and the guy's picking it up for $2,000, so not too shabby. New one's 5,000. I got to 4 and I thought, I think the 5th one will fit. I wasn't entirely wrong, but the entire 5th load didn't fit. I have probably got 4.5 in here. So 14 yards to a load. 14 times 4.5. 63 yards. And a 40-foot normal height shipping container. 97.65 tons.